Welcome to Carol and Gary's See America Tour. Hello everyone. Carol, Jasper, and I are now in Dallas, Texas. We drove 5 hours up a windy Interstate 45 on Sunday to get here.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
On November 22nd, 1963, Lee Harvey Oswald, a 24-year-old Marine veteran who was working as a temporary employee at the Texas School Book Depository building, fired 3 shots from a 6th-floor window as President John F. Kennedy passed below in a motorcade. President Kennedy was the 35th President of the United States in Dallas campaigning for re-election. President Kennedy was hit once in the throat and once in the head. He died later that afternoon in a Dallas hospital. The 6th floor of the Book Depository building has been turned into a museum. Carol and I visited this museum on Monday, April 16th. Unfortunately, no pictures were allowed on the 6th floor, but a self-guided audio tour and videos took visitors through this tragic time in history. I was 9 years old when this shooting occurred, but still remember it as if it was yesterday. At the end of the tour, visitors were invited to the 7th floor of the building, where we could take pictures if we wanted. From the 7th floor, we could see 2 X's on the ground in the middle of the street, where spectator videos showed where the president's car had been when he was shot each time. In 1963, George Hadaway, a noted aviation historian and the publisher of Flight magazine, donated his enormous collection of artifacts and archival materials to the University of Texas. With the leadership of Senator K. Hutchison, the late Bill Cooper, and Jan Calmer, the Frontier of Flight Museum was formed in 1988 as a nonprofit organization. The public's enthusiasm for the museum led to the outgrowing of its space at the University of Texas, so in 2004 the current 100,000 square foot museum at Love Field in Dallas was erected. There are over 30 aircraft on display, collections of early biplanes, historically important military and general aviation aircraft, as well as the extensive history of Southwest Airlines and the Apollo 7 command module are on display. The Frontiers of Flight Museum is an official affiliate of the Smithsonian Institute. On Wednesday, April 18th, Carol and I visited the Old Red Museum in downtown Dallas. The Old Red Museum started out as a Dallas County courthouse built in 1892 of red sandstone with rusticated marble accents. It was designed in the Richardsonian Romanesque style of architecture. In 1966, the old courthouse was replaced by a newer courthouse building nearby. On December 12, 1976, it was added to the National Register of Historic Places. Between 2005 and 2009, the building was renovated. Upon completion of the renovations, the Dallas County Courthouse was renamed the Old Red Museum. The entire 2nd floor of the building was dedicated to Dallas County history. George W. Bush was the 43rd President of the United States. He served 2 four-year terms between 2001 and 2009. The George W. Bush Library and Museum is a 207,000 square foot building on the Southern Methodist University campus in Dallas. The exhibits in the museum look at George's life and career. Exhibits highlight the principles that George and Laura Bush followed when making decisions. The entry hall to the museum displays gifts that the President and Laura received from other countries while he was president. When a president accepts a gift from a foreign head of state, it becomes the property of the American people because the president works for them. The president may choose to retain some of these gifts at the end of his term. Gifts from a foreign head of state must be purchased by the president at the appraised value if he chooses to keep it. A replica of George Bush's Oval Office was on display in the museum. Visitors could have their picture taken while sitting behind his desk. The Presidential Museum also contained a large hall dedicated to all of the former First Ladies of the United States. On Friday, April 20th, Carol and I took Jasper for a walk at Pioneer Plaza, a large city park in downtown Dallas. Pioneer Plaza has a recreated cattle drive running through it, with large bronze statues of longhorns being herded by cowboys. Located in Grand Prairie, Texas, a suburb of Dallas, is a large outdoor flea market known as Trader's Village. Spread over 120 acres, approximately 3,500 vendors sell their wares every weekend. Because we are staying nearby, we decided to check this out on Saturday before leaving Dallas. There are 9 booths that collect $4 each per parking. The flea market itself is free. This is the empty parking lot on Friday. These are some of the vendor displays closed and locked. This is the first thing Saturday as customers start to roll in. We saw vendors selling furniture, snakes, birds, rabbits, and puppies. Much of the merchandise is duplicated among different vendors, but with 3,500 vendors, if you can't find it here, you probably don't need it. Here is the parking lot as we were leaving. Well, that does it for this video. If you like this video and haven't done so already, please subscribe to be notified of future videos. Thanks for watching.